Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a property related to powder, that is its surface area. So first of all we have to calculate or determine what is the specific surface area. Surface area of a powder can be calculated particle size data which are obtained by one of the method mentioned earlier. Specific surface is defined as the surface area per unit weight that is represented by SW, or the unit volume that is represented by SV of the material. So SV is equal to surface area of the particle divided by volume of the particle. Surface area of the particle is replaced by number of particle into surface area of each particle, and volume of particle is replaced by number of particle into volume of each particle. And in mathematical terms it is replaced by n alpha s d square divided by n alpha v d cube. The value of n is cancelled, d square is cancelled, and the remaining units are alpha s divided by alpha vd. So for the determination of surface area, various methods are used. One or two of them is going to be described here. First method is adsorption method. Particle having large specific surface are good adsorbent of gases and solute from solution. Amount of gas that is adsorbed to form a monomolecular layer on the adsorbent is a function of surface area of the powder. This principle is used to determine the specific surface area. This is a basic method and basic concept of adsorption. For example, if any surface has more surface area, then it is going to adsorb any material to a much higher extent. If the surface area of any material is lesser, then it is going to absorb a less amount of the material. For example, if we are absorbing helium gas on a particular sample of specific surface area. If the surface area is 100, then suppose 20 amount or 20 unit of helium gas is adsorbed here. If the surface area is decreased from 100 to 50, then the amount of the gas that was going to be absorbed 20 in earlier cases will also goes on decreasing. So from the amount of the adsorbed material, we can calculate the surface area of the material. If the amount of the adsorbing material is high, then it means the surface area of the particular material is high. If it is less, then it means the specific surface area of the adsorbing material is less. And second method is air permeability method. Air permeability, as its name suggests, how much air can permeate through a particular material. If the larger amount of air can penetrate through any material, that means it is porous and its surface area is high. And if the less amount of air can penetrate any material, it means its surface area is less. The instrument is very simple and determination is very easy. The method is used to estimate the surface diameter, that is ds. The method is useful in controlling batch variation in production of powder. Bifenium hydroxynaphthoate is administered as a suspension. What is the principle of air permeability method? The Cauchy-Kármán equation is used to estimate the surface area by this method, and the equation is V is equal to A divided by eta SW square is equal to delta PT upon KL into epsilon 1 minus epsilon square. And here are the all values, all the units which have been used in the equation. And now we are moving on the method. Fisher subsieve seizure instrument is commercially available for this method. Assembly is shown on the next page, which we will discuss. It consists of a sample tube containing the packed powder sample with one end connected to an air pump through which a constant pressure regulator is attached on the another end, and a calibrated manometer is also used in this case. Suitable liquid of low viscosity and negligible vapor pressure is passed through it. The air pumps build up air pressure and is connected to a constant pressure regulator. Air is passed through the dryer to remove the moisture. Air is then allowed to flow through the packed powder in the sample tube. The flow of the air is measured in a manometer. Average particle diameter can be calculated, and the calculator chart supplied with the equipment also. Now we will discuss about the instrumentation. This is the instrumentation of the Fisher subsieve seizure. It is a tube in which constant pressure regulator is attached, and one end of this tube is attached to a air pump and another part of this tube is attached to a dryer. Then this dryer is attached to a sample powder. Here the sample is placed, and up at the top and at the bottom of the sample porous plug cotton is attached to restrict the movement of this sample. Then this powder sample tube is connected to calibrated valve and then to a manometer. First of all, air pressure is passed, and this pressure is controlled by this part. This is represented as 1. Then this air under controlled pressure goes to the dryer. The purpose of the dryer is to dry the air so that the moisture present in the air can't interfere with the functioning of the powder. Then this dry air is passed in the tube, which is represented by 3 factor, and from here the air is passed. Because of the movement of the air, there is fluctuation in the reading, and these fluctuation can be easily seen here from the manometer reading. If the fluctuations are high, it means the powder has more surface area. If the fluctuation between the left arm and the right arm is less, it means the surface area is less. From here, the value of surface area is determined. Thanks for watching this video.